This is Tom from 2 Cave Aquatics. Just want to make a video here before the lights get too dim. I want to say hi and thanks to my subscribers and viewers. Thanks a lot. You can always subscribe to this channel if you'd like to. Somebody mentioned my red plants and asked me a couple of questions about those in my comment section. How I'm having success with them, how I get them to color up and get good red colors out of them like this. And specifically asked me if I use CO2, and the answer to that is no. I don't have CO2 canister hooked to this aquarium supplying any steady supply of CO2 to this tank at all. To begin with, I did a lot of research on all these plants, like these Kabama Magentas and some of the new Kabama plants that I got. Like Wigia Super Reds here, and I researched these. None of these plants require a supply of CO2 to achieve these colors to begin with, which saves a lot of money as far as having to add that CO2 equipment here. Also on the bottom of this substrate I have a couple inches of sand, a couple inches of organic soil, and the very bottom of it I have a fluoride-based laterite powder. It's iron, like a constant supply of iron to my plants once they take root. And iron is a necessary source. A good source of iron is necessary for this color. Beyond that, the LED lights I have on a 24-hour cycle. I use Haiger lights, and I have them on, like I said, 24-hour cycle. They're dimming right now. They have I have a control over here, little remote control, and it's set blinking green over here, and I can change that, and you can see they'll turn blue towards the nighttime. This is what they look like early in the morning when the lights first come on, for an hour or so, kind of orangish color. Then they get brighter during the day and increase intensity. Then they start getting a little darker, and they're on a 24-hour cycle. I have two of them up here. I can get away with one, but I just put these plants in here, and two of them gives me full coverage all the way down to the substrate, full coverage through all my plants. It's shaded, of course, underneath the caves, so they get good, all the good colors, the reds, the blues, everything, the high intensity, the bright lights, the whites, everything they need to achieve these colors. I also give them weekly water change. I think that adds to the health of this tank and to the plants. And beyond that, I have fish in here, like Cory catfish, and a couple of these little hill stream loaches. Here's one of them. I had two species. Here's one of my little hill stream loaches. They clean the plants off in the substrate. I have Cory catfish in here. They do a good job of cleaning the substrate. I have a lot of Neocaridina shrimp. They clean the substrate and the plants, keep everything good and healthy. Some snails. I have black devil spike snails. I just ordered a couple new ones from Aquatic Arts online. They'll be here in a couple of days. They give live birth. I had a couple of new babies born in here recently. I think they outperform most snails, and I have a couple of rabbit snails in here too. This is an oxidator. It slowly adds hydrogen peroxide. That's hydrogen peroxide inside the container. And this is a porous, very porous bottom. It slow releases hydrogen peroxide. And that helps with hair algae at all, if I have any at all. I have a little bit over here, but you see my shrimp feed on it. I do let a little bit of hair algae grow. My shrimp are always up here feeding on that and the algae that grows on top of the rocks. And while I'm on the subject of shrimp, somebody also in one of my videos made a comment about my shrimp and said that they say not to mix colors of shrimp in the same tank. Well, that's true in a couple of respects. If you're breeding shrimp, definitely you don't want to mix colors. And I guess if you want just red cherry shrimp or blue Caridina shrimp in your aquarium, then you just need to have that color in particular. I also have a mono shrimp in here. They're a good algae control. They don't reproduce in here. Here's the big one on the side of this cholla log right over here. You can see it eating algae and biofilm off of the cholla log there. There's a lot of shrimp inside these cholla logs. They hang out inside here, especially when they're ready to give birth, or they give birth. They hide out in there and inside this cave over here and all around it. But I didn't get purebred shrimp originally on purpose. I wanted all these different colors in here. So I got an order from Mark Shelley Aquatics, Mark Shelley Shrimps online. And I ordered what he called his Skittles shrimp. He raises pure shrimp, but when they're not up to his standards, he takes them out and he puts them in a bigger tanks, like a 40-gallon breeder tank, and he sells them, and they're different colors. There could be blue ones, red ones, white snowball shrimp, I get some of those. Black shrimp, I get some of those. Some green shrimp in the original order. And they've been reproducing in here for months now. I'm still getting a lot of little red babies from the original ones. Lots of new little blue babies from the original bunch. And recently I did order some purebred yellow Caridina shrimp because I want to introduce yellow genetics to my shrimp in here. So some of those are just about big enough to start breeding. I've seen a couple of them that I've identified as being females. Here's a little snowball shrimp. It's kind of white with a little tan saddle. It's sitting on top of a piece of cuttle bone. I put in here for calcium for the shrimp and for the snails. It helps with their shells. This black devil spike snail is already on the move. It was over here against the front of the glass a little while ago. Now it's taken off. Let's see what that is on the side of it. But yeah, like I said, I didn't order purebred shrimp on purpose because I wanted all these different colors in here. And the shrimp add a lot to this aquarium, a lot in their behavior. And I have got these large silver hatchets. You can see towards the night they start shining like little mirrors in here from reflecting off the light over here in the corner. You can see that one starting to reflect again. Yeah, they look like a little mirrors swimming around in here at night. The rainbow fish, they all have different behaviors. And marble hatchet fish up top here. I have 4 of those and 4 silver hatchets. 2 dwarf rainbow fish. About 15 neon tetras. They're hanging out here in the Valson area. You can see right now. Seeing if I'll feed them. And these 2 little dwarf rainbows will eat anything I put in here. Also, I have about 6 endlers, male endlers. They'll group together and do a lot of flashing around. They add a lot of color. They're really pretty. They're less than an inch long. And several Cory catfish, different species in here. But the shrimp are reproducing real well, and they're keeping their original genetics well from that first group of Skittles I got in here. I'm hoping to see some yellow shrimp in here with eggs soon. There's a real high probability that they'll mate together, yellow with yellow, and then mix with some of these other shrimp in here. Some of them will end up more clear like this one here. Some of them have little tiger stripes and patterns on them. There's just tons of them in here. Just some here on the bottom. They have like a tiger pattern to them. Spotted. But yeah, as far as the plants, this tank has been up around 11 months, so it's established pretty good. So no, I'm not seeing any melt back in here. No melting of these plants. There goes a little yellow shrimp right there. That's a purebred yellow Neocaridina shrimp right there. And a little snowball shrimp. And then someone mentioned the sponge filters that I use. They asked, though they mentioned, this person sees a lot of big tanks with plants in them, people having a lot of success, and they use cheap sponge filters instead of the bigger, more expensive canister filters. And I don't know, I think I could have the same type of success I'm having here if I chose to use a canister filter. My wife got this stand for me. It's black metal. It has a drawer over here for my fish foods and stuff, and the space down here on the bottom for a holding tank. It has a golden algae eater. There he goes. That's a male. And it has my talking catfish in here. My spotted talking catfish. And 2 Guy Fox Corys. A couple little sponge filters. An air stone. And some marble moss balls. And they're going to be going in the 60-gallon aquarium soon. All the fish in here. And yeah, I do believe in technology. I know there's some people that have deep substrate, heavy planted aquariums with very low number of smaller fish in it, and some of them have no other type of filtration. Some of them profess to do 0 water changes, even in aquariums they've had for 20 years or more. They swear they don't do water changes. But anyway, I do water changes weekly from the top down to about the top of this cave here, which is about 30%, 40%, 35, 40%. Last time I did even a little bit more, a little deeper. I fully exposed the whole top of this cave and went down below it a little bit. And my last water change, I use a Python water change system where it has a 50-foot long hose and this attachment here that attaches. Here's some other rings. Somebody mentioned my rings in my videos, but this attaches to the sink, and there's a 50-foot hose that screws onto here. You can open